A couple weeks back, you had a well-respected former writer of Doctor Who come out and make the obvious assessment that the franchise has never been more dead than it is right now. This is a guy who lived through the original 1989 cancellation, and he said, full-throated, that yeah, I have never seen the franchise in the state that it's in right now. And obviously, right, because the second Disney commission season wrapped up earlier this year, Ncuti Gatwa, just left all up in a huff. We don't really have any concrete reason as to why he's not going to be continuing in the role. We got a lot of speculation and stuff like that, but still, it's been all of these months and we still haven't heard a damn thing about that. But no. Instead of, if you're still affiliated with this franchise, instead of coming out and disputing the negative press, debunking it with, oh yeah, we have all of these big plans, we have all of these projects that are already in development. No. You have executive producer and co-founder of Bad Wolf, Jane Tranter, one of Christopher Eccleston's favorite people, challenges the really rude claim weeks after the fact. Like, come on, man. So Bad Wolf co-founder and Doctor Who executive producer Jane Tranter has hit back at former writer Robert Shearman, rejecting his claim that the series is as dead as we've ever known it. Speaking to BBC Radio Wales via Deadline, to mark the 10th anniversary of Bad Wolf, Tranter called Shearman's remarks really rude and really untrue. Hilarious, knowing what we're going to be talking about very shortly. Insisting the show remains full of life. And the plans for Doctor Who are really simply this, Tranter explained. The BBC and BBC Studios had a partnership with Disney. Wait, what? Had a partnership with Disney Plus for 26 episodes. We are currently 21 episodes down into that 26 episode. Let me see. So that was supposed to be for 3 seasons, right? No. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and alter the deal. Pray we don't alter it any further. And we've got another 5 episodes of a spin-off series that's theoretically supposed to happen at some point in time. Yes, the war between the sea and land to come, which, yeah, it's not going to be going on BBC broadcast or anything like that. It's going to be stuck on the iPlayer. And internationally, it's going to be disseminated on D+. Nothing else. So yeah, it's 5 episodes of a streaming series that is derivative of the lowest rated couple of seasons in a once great franchise's entire history. So at some point after that, decisions will be made together with all of us about the future of what Doctor Who entails. Well, that's interesting. So we'll get a decision after that spin-off series comes to light. Sure. Her response follows Shearman's comments in a Doctor Who magazine's issue 622, where the writer, best known for 2005's episode Dalek, said that he felt the show had reached a point of finality and that anything now produced is going to feel retrogressive. Tranter, however, urged fans not to lose faith. It's a 60-year-old franchise and it's going to be 20 years nonstop since we brought it back in 2005. Wow. And I would expect it to change. Oh, I'm sorry. You would expect it to change, wouldn't you? Well, yeah, it did. It went from being absolutely dead, and then by the time the 50th anniversary came around, it was a global phenomenon, more popular than the series had ever been, internationally speaking, and now it has changed again to a dead goddamn franchise, because we got the word on Tuesday that Disney Plus exits the partnership with the BBC as 2026 Christmas special is confirmed. See, we're kind of done this year, but don't worry, guys, we're definitely going to be coming back for Christmas 2026. After that, though, I have no goddamn idea. But the fate of Doctor Who has been revealed, with Disney Plus officially exiting the series after its 2-season partnership with the BBC. Yeah, who saw that coming? All right, everybody. After months of speculation as to where the long-running sci-fi show would be headed following the lead Ncuti Gatwa's departure in May, and without a Season 3 renewal, despite Russell T Davies barking up every single tree saying, oh guys, don't worry about it, it's just happening any day now, and even when the series was posting record low viewership, the cope at the time was, oh yeah, no serious station ever wants to give the green light to additional seasons while you still have episodes in the can, so you just have to wait for the entire season to come out. And then you have Tranter coming out and say, no, and I have to wait for the spin-off to come out. And now Disney's like, okay, listen, we spent $250 million on the fucking Acolyte, but spending $1 more on Doctor Who, that's a bridge we cannot cross. Let that one sink in for a moment. But yes, the BBC has announced that it will be moving forward with a new Christmas special in 2026, penned by series stalwart Russell T Davies. It's hilarious, right? Because we got the BBC article, Doctor Who Christmas special confirmed for next year. Yeah, what about Season 3? We got a Christmas special coming out next year. Fantastic stuff. That lets you know everything that you need to know. We'd like to thank Disney Plus for being a terrific global partner and collaborator over the past 2 seasons, and for the upcoming The War Between the Land and Sea. Lindsay Salt, director of the drama at the BBC, said in a statement, the BBC remains fully committed to Doctor Who. So this is exactly what we kind of thought would end up happening. Disney would end up pulling out, but instead of putting it on ice for a few years or a decade plus, no, the BBC just sees Doctor Who as being too valuable of a propaganda mouthpiece to properly let simmer in the background, let all of the bad press around it just disseminate, and just give it an opportunity to go away for a little while. No, we're going to be trudging forward. It's just after that Christmas special, after you attempt to figure out exactly who's going to be the Doctor moving forward, what you're going to do with the Billie Piper stuff. Are you going to try to drag David Tennant back in order to artificially boost a rating? But yeah, by the time 26 comes around, the reputation of this franchise and the reputation of the 10th and 14th Doctors has already been besmirched, so what do you stand to gain by jangling any more keys, by trying to hand out more member berries? It's I know it might be rude to say, but the franchise is dead. So dead. But yes, the BBC remains fully committed to Doctor Who, which continues to be one of our most loved dramas. Not the most watched, but, you know, hey, we love it because we don't really need to quantify what that means, but that's fine. And we are delighted that Russell T Davies has agreed to write us another spectacular Christmas special for 2026. He's the showrunner, and you had to convince him to write the next special, the next episode of Doctor Who to come out? That's interesting. Is that kind of a tell as well? We can assure fans the Doctor is not going anywhere. We're just not going to see him or her or really let you know what our plans are moving forward until 2026. We will be announcing plans for the next series in due course. Oh yeah, that's just like, yeah, don't call us, we'll call you. Which will ensure the TARDIS remains at the heart of the BBC. Sure, pal. The War Between the Land and Sea, a Doctor Who spin-off starring Russell Tovey and Gugu Mbatha Raw or whatever, is due on Disney Plus as well as BBC One and the BBC iPlayer later this year. Well, we're kind of running out of days for that, and this has apparently been done and shot and dusted for, God, over a year at this point in time, Ironheart style, and there's been nothing about it. I think there's been one trailer, but not even like a release window. It's kind of wild. A brand new Doctor Who animated series, is also in development at CBeebies. The BBC's, yes, kids channel. Oh, great. Yeah, sure. So we're going to take all that storytelling that nobody liked for the past 2 seasons and make a little kids show for you. It remains to be seen who will be stepping into the iconic Doctor shoes after, Gatwa's 2-season stint. The season 2 finale saw Gatwa's Doctor regenerate into Billie Piper, who was, presented as, here's Billie Piper. Is that the next Doctor? Don't know. Is this just another stopgap? Who cares? Is it a hallucination? Probably. But yeah, she previously played the companion, Rose Tyler, in Series 1 and Series 2. Was she even named Rose Tyler, or was it just reintroducing Billie Piper? So I guess that's a mystery box that RTD set up and hoping that somebody would give a shit. But by the time everything is all said and done, it's going to be, over 18 months before that box gets cracked and any answers are delivered. Said Tyler in a statement to the BBC after season 2 finale, "It's no secret how much I love this show, and I have always said I would love to return to the Whoniverse, as I have some of my best memories there. So to be given the opportunity to step back into the TARDIS one more time was just something I couldn't refuse. But who, how, why, and when, you'll just have to wait and see." Yeah, exactly, because when this Christmas special comes around, which I'm kind of 2 minds, right? Because they don't announce it for this year, even though they didn't have anything planned at all whatsoever. They're kicking the can down the road an additional year. So I'm just kind of wondering, right? Because if I was a betting man, I would go ahead and put money on, this is just going to be a big sign off. Okay, it'll just be a one last opportunity to get everybody back together and then just try to wrap it up as best as you can. Maybe have an open-ended solution to some things, but more importantly, it's just going to serve as a nice capstone to a franchise that has been effectively murdered by the message over the past decade. And one final FU to the fans that brought it back from the dead in 2005 and continued to support it. Because if RTD's still going to be writing it, it's just going to be as spiteful as the past couple of seasons and the past handful of specials have been. So in 2 years' time, it's going to be interesting to see how dated, it was already bad, his writing was already garbage, but just how dated it's going to look in 2026 and what their ultimate plans are for that one episode. I mean, it's going to be interesting, but it's going to be a long time before anybody brings up Doctor Who, probably the franchise, in the pantheon of a great sci-fi series that has been ravaged and destroyed as completely as it can get. Because there are ways that you can resurrect Star Trek. There are ways that Star Wars can pull out of its funk. But Doctor Who, at this point in time, there's one way to go about repairing the damage that has been done to it. Putting it on ice for years, letting the stench waft off of it. And even though Disney has decided to distance themselves from this train wreck, you have to think that the BBC is so goddamn thick, they might be dumb enough to greenlight another series that is even worse than what we got. And hey, it's even going to have a lower budget, so it's going to be hilarious. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.